Hey, my name's Ed Rush. Welcome to this You Everywhere Now webcast. We're going to talk about how to get paid more for what you already know. Listen, it's all about coaching, consulting, and advising. In fact, if you look at the way business owners typically grow, we typically learn, then we get into business, and then we start. And eventually, as we begin to mature in business, we're helping other businesses with what we know. And that's what I want to talk about today, because the growth in income is amazing. And the shift into consulting right now, $1 trillion market, and the opportunities are huge for you. So a little bit of background about me. I'm a former F-18 Top Gun pilot and instructor, but it wasn't always that way. In fact, I failed kindergarten, but I went on to close over 340 one-on-one coaching, consulting, and advising deals using some of the strategies that I'm going to teach you and using some of the word-for-word lines that I'm going to share with you when you implement. In fact, I've done this now with thousands of people that I've taught to be consultants and coaches using a system that we call our 5 Ps. I'm going to break these down for you in just a second. But before I do that, imagine just for a minute, I don't know if you're an experienced consultant or you've never even thought about it ever before, but imagine using the ideas that you have that are already rattling around in that brain of yours right now to get paid $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, maybe $20,000 a deal to help a business or help somebody personally achieve the goal that they want to do. That's possible for you when you consider what you know and then you're ready to implement. So the 5 Ps, we talked about some of these in previous videos. I'll go through them one more time. So there's positioning, which is getting people to come to you. There's pricing, which is knowing how to price your services. And then there's presenting, which is the one I'm going to talk about today, which is a way of asking good questions. Now, the interesting thing about presenting is there's huge mistakes that happen here, and it's easy to avoid as long as you're comfortable like nodding your head and not saying anything, because most business owners will ask you this. They'll walk up to you as a consultant or a coach or an advisor, and they'll go, hey, tell me a little bit more about what you do. And most consultants take the bait, and this is the biggest mistake that they make, which is they just start talking for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours about themselves when the question wasn't about you at all. In fact, the best answer to that question is a series of questions. And here's why. When a business owner comes to you and asks you what you do, they're not actually asking that at all. In fact, they're not asking about you at all. Everyone, remember, subscribes to their favorite radio station, which is WIIFM. What's in it for me? And when a business owner says, tell me more about what you do, what they're actually asking is, tell me more about what you could do for me. Okay, so they're talking about themselves. And so I've found that as a coach or a consultant or an advisor, the best way to answer that question is actually asking some questions. And you will be surprised at how much a business owner loves you when you ask questions about their business that are really smart questions. Those questions come in 3 categories. They're actually right here. They're called doing, how's that working, like to be doing questions. Doing, how's that working, like to be doing. Let me explain what I mean by this. Let's say it's a business that gets leads and customers, which is basically every business. I might ask the business owner, I might say, tell me a little bit about what you're doing right now to get leads. How's that working? Tell me about what you would like to be doing to get leads. So I'll just look at him and ask, what are you doing right now to get leads? He or she will answer the question. Then I'll say, how's that working? And then after that, I'll say, what would you like to be doing to get leads? You'll find out a ton in just those first 3 questions. And then I'll say, hey, what are you doing right now to get customers? Well, how's that working for you? What would you like to be doing? Or what are you doing right now for advertising? And how's that working for you? And what would you like to be doing? And what are you doing right now to retain your current customers? And how's that working for you? And what would you like to be doing? And what are you doing right now to sell to your current customers? How's that working? What would you like to be doing? Listen, this is 20 to 30 minutes worth of answers right here that a business owner is going to give you, and you're going to have X-ray vision into the kind of things that he or she wants to grow their business. And you as a consultant can start to put yourself into those places to see how you can actually get paid to help them do that. Some other examples of just some questions. And again, I just gave you 15 different questions that you can actually just write down and use. But here's some other ones. Like, for example, I have a question that I call the magic wand question, which goes like this. What are 3 problems or what are 3 challenges that if you had a magic wand, you could just wave a magic wand to make 3 of the challenges in your business go away, or in your life go away, or 3 challenges in your health go away, or 3 challenges in your nutrition go away, or 3 challenges in your relationships, whatever you consult on, okay? If you could wave a magic wand and get these 3 challenges to go away, what would they be? Okay, so there's another question I love to ask business owners, and you'll find out so much stuff about it. They'll be like, oh man, if only I could get more leads, or gosh, if only I could find the right person to work in HR. They'll start to tell you all of their problems, and you as a consultant can find out what are the areas that I can start to help this person out with. Another one is done before. So tell me some of the things that you've done before. Have you worked with consultants before? Have you worked on your marketing before? Have you gotten help before? What are some of the things that you do in your budgeting? So for example, what kind of budget do you have to work with consultants in the past? What kind of range have you used? What kind of work have consultants done for you, or what kind of advertising have you paid for in your budgeting before? These are all questions. Again, 15 on the previous page. There's probably 3 or 4 questions now on this page. It's almost 20 questions that I gave you that you can use when someone asks you, tell me what you do, and you will be blown away. One of my students actually did this. He simply just took the presentation, he ripped it out, wrote the questions down, and then he just sat there and asked for an hour. After an hour, doing nothing more than answer questions, the business owner looked at him and said, this is the best meeting I've ever had with a consultant. And my student actually had not said anything other than simply asking for the questions. By the way, I want to invite you to this really great free masterclass. It's not just great because I said it's great. You will be blown away by what you learn. We're going to talk about the 5 Ps, which are position, price, present, pitch, and produce, and a bunch of the myths that you've been led to believe that are keeping you from making the kind of money that you want to. So if you can imagine just for a minute what it would be like to make an extra $5, $10, $15, $20,000 as a coach or consultant, using what you already know and influencing people and helping them grow their business or helping them achieve the goals that they want in their personal life or their health or their relationships, then you absolutely need to be on this training this week that we've got. And it's totally free, complimentary for you. We're going to kind of expand on these. We're going to break these down one by one by one. Position is getting people to come to you. Pricing is being smart about what you charge. Presenting is asking good questions, just like I talked about. Pitching is asking for the sale in a way that doesn't feel like, pitchy or salesy. And then produce is under-promising, over-delivering, and giving a great service. And we'd love to be able to do that. But this week, we're going to give you a couple extra bonuses on this week's training, which is, first one is called our 6-figure text message. This is a really cool way to use the numbers, phone numbers in the contacts that you already have in your pocket to close really, really big deals. The second one is a completely new consulting category. We've got coaching, consulting, and then advising. And advising, which is actually answering questions but not implementing. You actually give people advice, but they go off and implement it. You can get paid a ton of money, and that's a natural progression. Most consultants move eventually into an advisor. We're going to show you how to fast track that. We'll talk through the 5 most lucrative business models inside of coaching or consulting, how you can take advantage of this trend right now, and then we'll teach you my favorite 8 words to double your deals technique and show you a simple way of asking questions that will get people to come to you. All that's this week. We'd love to have you on the training. There's some times to choose from. Either way, we want you there. We want to be able to talk to you, interact with you on chat, to get to know you just a little bit better, see how we can help you grow your business. All you have to do is register. There's totally no risk to you, and it's completely free. My name is Ed Rush. Thanks for spending time with me today on this short little training. Would love to interact with you in the comments as well. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.